Hey everybody, I am coming making this video message and I want to tell you something. You are not their cup of tea. Who am I talking about? I am talking about the fact that there are going to be some people that you come across and you are not going to be their cup of tea. But let me ask you a question. Do you really care that you may not be someone's cup of tea? And if you say that you do care that you're not somebody's cup of tea, why is it that you do care? Or do you care depending on who it is and the position they're in? I want to let you all know something. Each one of us, as an individual man or woman, we have a certain personality. We have a certain disposition. We have certain beliefs and values and standards that we live by every day that we live and breathe. And when we go into certain places, or as I like to say, certain arenas, church, work, certain family gatherings, certain places in public, we come to certain engagements that mutual friends have, there is always going to be someone, once they begin to know you and become kind of familiar with you, they may have an attitude or a posture towards you where they say you are not their cup of tea. And for those of you who do not understand what not being someone's cup of tea is, it just means that people don't feel, or a person does not feel, you are likable. But do you really care about the fact that you may not be someone's cup of tea? Or like I asked you at the beginning of this video message, does it really depend on who it is? For example, if you were told by someone who is a pastor or a bishop or a first lady or a minister or someone who is rich and well off or someone who is very, very likable and everybody gets along with them and they're popular, do you more so care about that caliber of person saying that you may not be their cup of tea? Or if it is a regular person or normal, everyday, regular people with no title, no money, no popularity, and they say to you or other people that you are not their cup of tea, is it something that you will throw over your shoulder and look at as non-important? But you find it offensive when someone in a particular position says that you are not their cup of tea. I need you to take all the time that you need with this, because what some people do is they will say that they don't really care how somebody else feels about them, and they'll say that they don't care how somebody views them. But if it's a particular person in a particular setting, there are many people you will find they actually do care how someone in particular feels about them. Because if you come across someone with great influence, or they're prestigious, they have money, and they are very likable, the fact that people who know them knows that they are a very likable person, they know that pretty much everybody gets along with them, and that person has the ability to do things for other people to take them from one level to another level, you might more so care about that person saying that you're not their cup of tea. That's just an example. But this type of stuff happens in real life. On the flip side of that, if it's an average, everyday, regular person, without that popularity, they are not prestigious, they don't have money, and there may be some people here and there that don't really mesh with them, but it's nothing that is grand as far as people knowing that. But if they told you that you're not their cup of tea, why are you quicker to dismiss that and throw it over your shoulder? But you might work to prove to the person in a higher caliber, according to your opinion, you want to prove to them that there is nothing wrong with you and that they should not have this strong opinion of you not being their cup of tea, or in a nutshell, them not liking you. I want you all to really think about this, and I want you to ponder on it. I want you to sleep on it, because it does not matter what level you are at in life. You can be a very wealthy man. You can be a very wealthy woman. You can be very attractive. You can be a man or woman who has accomplished so much in your life. You can be the most non-problematic person. You can be the type of man or woman you fall right under what society falls under. A lot of common beliefs and practices, or religion, or when it comes to sexuality, things of that nature. You may be that type of man or woman. You fall under the opinions that are popular and common for people to agree with. And so people, they mesh with you because of that fact. Whatever the case is, whether you are high up or you're in between, you're at the middle, or people view you as being lower caliber, like I said, without being popular, you don't have the money, you may not be looked at as that attractive, you may be overweight, you may be underweight. It doesn't matter what your race is or even your age. The point that I'm making in this video message is to tell you that you are not always going to be certain people's cup of tea. But you have to be okay with that, because what happens is when you go out of your way to try to be a likable person, what you do is the people who like you for being authentically you, and they love you or respect you for however your personality is, or they know what your true character is, you may push them away or lose them because they know you're fighting to get the acceptance of people who has already verbalized that they don't care for you. Whatever personality you have in this world and on this earth, you will still not be somebody's cup of tea. There is a myth that goes around, and a lot of people make statements to where they feel like, you know what? He or she has a strong personality. He or she is outspoken. He or she has certain values that I don't agree with, and it doesn't sit well with me. I don't accept it. I don't approve of it. And sometimes people will even label you as being different or difficult, or you having a strong presence. And so when you get around certain people, because when you are in a certain setting, in the workplace, in the church, in your family, when you go out in public, you're hanging with mutual friends and their friends, Their other friends outside of you are hanging around them. There are people who are going to pick and choose who they want to like. There are people who are going to choose and pick who they want to respect. And it literally does not even matter what your personality is. But you, if this video message resonates with you and you know that you are the type of man or woman that when somebody tells you that they don't care for you, or you get wind of somebody not caring for you and they don't like you, they don't like your personality, or they'll make a statement and say, he's not my cup of tea. She's not my cup of tea. They're not my cup of tea. Are you really, honestly, deep in the core of your heart, soul, spirit, and mind, are you really okay with that? Or are you finding yourself trying to change something about yourself to be more accepted, likable, and put in a position where you are the one who is invited to the party? You have to ask yourself this question, because I'm not referring to someone who is just a very difficult person. I am not referring to someone that is viewed as being, a butthole. That's not what I'm talking about. I am literally just saying who you are, the man or woman that you are freestanding. If you are quiet, if you are looked at as weird, if you are looked at as eccentric, if you are looked at as being so deep and submerged into God or the Word of God, or having a high level of a moral compass, or you don't like to dress how the average person dresses, you don't like to wear your hair how the average person wears their hair, you don't like certain foods that other people like, you don't watch what other people watch, you are not in a social club. However it is that you carry yourself, however it is that you look, whatever it is that you believe in, you have to be okay without being, not being everybody's cup of tea. Excuse me. You have to be okay with that. You should never be at a place in your life where you are trying to change who you are to get the love, the respect, the acceptance, or even the help of someone that you know looks at you as being problematic or, different. They are just uncomfortable in your presence just because of who you are. Believe it or not, there are some people out here. You can be, like I said, the most non-problematic person. You can be a chipper type of person where you smile a lot, where you're witty, you're funny, you're outgoing, but you are going to run into people that finds an issue with you having that type of personality. They will get very irritated off the fact that you are a chipper, sweet, nice, outgoing person. There are going to be people that find you problematic when you are a lover of God and His Word and being a follower of Christ. You will have people that are irritated by that. They don't want you around. They don't like when you come around. If you are the type of man or woman that is extremely outspoken, you speak your mind. You are not afraid to confront someone about something they did or said to you. You are bold. You are confident. You are not stuck on how you look. You are not caught up on maybe the opinion that somebody has about something that you like or how you carry yourself. And they will still find an issue with that about you. I used to think that it was very weird, and I still, to a certain extent, think it's very unusual, and I think it's very weird that there are people who have a issue with you being who you are, whatever comes with that. If you like wearing black every day because you just don't like bright colors or colors at all, you just genuinely, sincerely like black. It's nothing deeper than that. But there are some people who will feel like mentally or emotionally something is wrong with you because you just like the color black. I find it very weird. I find it strange. I find it very odd that there are people who will still have an issue with your personality because you are able to look them in the face when you're talking to them. You are bold in what you do. You are courageous. You are not a timid, scary, nervous type of person. So the fact that you can come into a room and light it up, the fact that you can be in a room and make people laugh, the fact that you can be witty and funny, or you're clever, there are still some people that are going to find a problem with those things as far as your personality goes. But I want you to be okay without being everybody's cup of tea. That is what this entire video message is about. I want you to be okay with that. I don't want you to beat yourself up about it. I don't want you to go out of your way trying to prove that you can be likable. I know this video is going to resonate with somebody. I don't care if you're young, middle-aged, or older, because there are so many different people who it does not matter how they carry themselves. It does not matter what they believe in. It does not matter what they think. It does not matter how they act. There are some people that still do not care for them. So why would you waste your time trying to prove to somebody that you are likable, when the reality is that no matter how you are, there's still going to be people that don't like you? You have to just be okay with not being everybody's cup of tea. You have to be okay with some people only being able to take you in doses. You have to be okay with that. I don't care who you come across, because in your life, you are going to be in rooms with people who are all at different levels. They are smarter than you. They are more educated than you. They look better than you. They know more people than you. They have more experience than you in several areas. And just like you're going to walk in rooms with people of that caliber, you are also going to walk in rooms with people who don't have money. They are not knowledgeable about a lot of things. They are not educated. They are not attractive. They are not well known. They are not popular. They may or may not know God or love God. And they still will look at you and say, I don't like you. or you will get wind from somebody that they don't like you, they don't care for you, or they will just say, sweetheart or sir, you are not my cup of tea. And no matter if you do come across that, you internally, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally, you have to be okay with that. Be okay with that. You should be more at ease over the fact that you are not everybody's cup of tea. The type of man or woman that you are that particular type because that is what made you. The way that we carry ourselves, the way that we speak, the way that we respond, the way that we act or interact with certain people or people, period, that comes from how we have lived our lives. That comes from things we have experienced in our lives. But there are some people, as a full-grown man or woman, they are bothered by the fact that some people do not find them appealing. They are bothered by the fact that some people, they know that they are not their cup of tea. And they are bothered by the fact that there are some people or certain groups of people and certain calibers of people who don't think they're a likable person. And sometimes you won't fully even know or even understand why some people just simply don't like you. We can talk about the surface reason why, the person is jealous, the person is intimidated, the person is insecure. Those are real facts as to why a lot of people won't like you. And you will come across that. But then there are just some people, I'm telling you, literally, it does not matter how bad or how neutral or how great your disposition and personality is, and you being non-problematic, they still will find you to not be their cup of tea. So I'm telling you today, before I end this message, if any of this message resonates with you, and if this is your personal experience, I'm simply just saying, be okay with it. Be okay with that. Be okay with it. I kind of take it as a compliment when I come across people who say, I am not their cup of tea, because I don't want to be put in a box. I don't want to be common. I don't want people to be familiar with me in every aspect. There are a lot of things as you grow in God and as you get older, there are going to be some parts of you that you have to keep hidden for the right time. Because when people feel like they are common with you and familiar with you, they will treat you a particular way. Especially if they know you want their acceptance. So when you just rest and pull yourself out of this ball or this prison of trying to crack the code as to why people are saying you are not their cup of tea, you will get to a level and at a place where you fully grasp and understand that you are an acquired taste and that it is a privilege for you to be able to offer parts of yourself to certain people and certain groups in doses. If you know, you know. And for those of you who don't understand this video message or where I'm coming from, then you just don't know. You simply just don't get it. That's the video message. Well, guys, I know you may be upset because I gotta go. I have some other things to do. The Lord willing, I will be back with another video message. If any one of you have been offended by anything I spoke about in this video message, it's okay. It's all right. I am not worried about it. I am not concerned because I know you will forgive me in the morning.